Hello, my dear friends. Through this video today, we are going to discuss one of the most important topics in English grammar, that is subject-verb agreement. And my dear friends, you know that a verb plays a very important role in a sentence, because you know that the structure of a sentence usually consists of two parts, subject and predicate. And predicate is once again divided into two parts, verb and object. So we can form sentences without subject. Subject is not mandatory. We can also form sentences without object. But we can never form any sentence without a verb. That means there must be a verb in every sentence. That's why verb plays very important role for framing a sentence. And that's the reason why verb is called the most essential part of the predicate. So if you don't use the verb perfectly, accurately, then the meaning of the sentence will change and the sentence will not be acceptable. People cannot understand what you are going to communicate. So, and moreover, in most of the competitive examinations, there are some marks allotted for common errors, and this is one of the most important topics on which common errors will appear in the examination. If you learn the rules and regulations of this topic, the subject-verb agreement, and practice some exercises on each of the rules, I am sure that you become thorough and will be able to score better marks in your school, college and competitive examinations, and be fluent and meticulous in speaking and writing. Okay, now let us discuss what is subject-verb agreement and what are the rules to be followed with various examples, and let's have some practice test also. Okay, subject-verb agreement. What is the definition? Subject-verb agreement refers to the relationship between the verb and its subject. Every clause or sentence must agree in number and person with its subject. Verb must be singular if its subject is singular. Verb must be plural if its subject is plural. From this we understand there must be an agreement between the subject and the verb. In person and number, the agreement between the subject and verb must be in between in person and number. If the subject of a sentence is singular, the verb is usually singular. If the subject of a sentence is plural, the verb also will be usually plural. So this is what you call subject-verb agreement, and the agreement should be in person and number. Person means first person, second person, third person, okay, and number means singular, plural. What are the rules to be followed? Rules on subject-verb agreement. The pronoun you always takes a plural verb. If a sentence starts with the pronoun you, that is the second person singular, in current English you is also plural, and we must always use the plural verb, whether present tense or past tense, or were, as shown in the examples. You were invited to come, you are asked to clean the room, you sing so well. This is the first rule. Second one, if a sentence begins with here or there, if any sentence begins with here or there, then the verb agrees with the subject which follows it. Let us see the examples. Here are the ways on how to preserve meat. So in this first sentence that began with the word here, and what is the subject of this sentence? The ways. The ways singular or plural? Plural. way singular, ways plural. Since the subject that follows the verb or after the verb is plural, the verb also must be plural. So, we used are here. And let us see the next one. There is a huge gap between the rich and the poor. So, this sentence started with the word there. And what is the subject here? Huge gap. Huge gap. Okay, is totally considered as a subject. Gap is nothing but a singular. Okay, and so we are using singular verb. We cannot use there are huge gap. If the subject is gaps, then we can write there are huge gaps. We don't use article. There are huge gaps between the rich and the poor. Now, the subject being singular, huge gap, we are going with singular verb. This is the second rule. Next, third rule. If two subjects, one single and one plural, are connected by either or, neither nor, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. That means which is very close to the verb. Remember the rule. If two subjects, if there are two subjects in a sentence, one is singular and the other is plural, and if they are connected by either or, neither nor, then the verb should agree with the nearest, the subject very close to that. Let us see examples. Neither the players nor the coach is joining. So, neither the players, here players, the subject is players, that is plural, and nor the coach, and the coach is singular. Here two nouns are connected by neither nor. You know that neither nor, either or, not only but also, these always go together, use it as a pair. So, the first subject in this example is plural, and the second subject which comes after the word nor is singular. Then according to the rule, the verb must agree with the nearest subject. That means, if the nearest subject before the blank is singular, we use singular verb. If the nearest subject is plural, we use plural verb. What is the nearest subject to the blank? Coach. So, the coach is, we do not consider the players here. Next, either the conductor or the singers are attending the concert. See, either or. What is the first subject? Conductor, it is singular, and the next subject that follows are the singers. So, conductor is singular, singers plural, and both are connected, both these nouns are connected by either or. Then what is the rule to be followed? To use the correct verb, we must follow the nearest subject. What is the nearest subject to the verb here? The singers. The singers being plural, we are going with plural verb. Remember this rule. Each and every rule is very important. Next, rule 4. A singular subject followed by intervening words or phrases such as with, as well as, in addition to, accompanied by, together with, and no less than. If any of these phrases are used in between the nouns, between the noun and the verb, then it always takes a singular verb. Remember these words. What are these words or phrases? With, as well as, in addition to, accompanied by, together with, no less than. Jake, see, that is the subject. And what is the phrase intervened or used here after the subject? Accompanied by. So, accompanied by is used. His sisters. What is the next subject? His sisters. Though his sisters is plural, when accompanied by, as well as, and all these phrases are used, we should always consider the first subject only. If the first subject before the intervening phrase or word is singular, then we use singular verb. If the first subject is plural, we use plural. What is the first subject here? Jake. Jake is singular. So, irrespective of the second noun, that is his sisters being plural, we do not use plural verb. So, Jake is. So, is used here. Remember the rules. Next, daddy as well as my brothers. First subject is daddy and second subject is my brothers, and these two are connected by a phrase as well as. And what is the rule? If any of the words are intervened or connected by any of these phrases, then we have to always consider the first subject to use the right verb. If the first subject is singular, we use singular verb. If the first subject is plural, we use plural verb. In the first subject, daddy being singular, we are going with singular. Is. Don't confuse my brothers. Is. My brothers is plural. Plurals here in number, but we are using singular verb. That agrees with the first one, daddy, because these two are connected by as well as. Okay, that's the rule number 5. Singular subject joined by n require a plural verb except when they mean one thing. Usually when two subjects are connected are joined by the conjunction and, we use plural verb. But if they convey, if the two subjects convey unique idea or one and the same meaning, then we may go with singular. For example, Larry and Mercy, two persons are there, connected by a conjunction and. So, general rule says when two subjects are connected by a conjunction and, use plural verb. The verbs must be plural. So, are reading novels. My teacher and friend. Here my teacher one subject, friend is another subject. As usual, these two nouns are connected by and, but both convey same meaning. That means one and the same person. Here my teacher and friend both are a single person, one and the same person. My teacher as well as friend. So, here we are using singular verb. Remember that reference between first example and second example. Okay, in the first example, two nouns are connected by and, but refer to two persons, and we generally use plural verb. But in the second example, though two nouns are connected by and, they convey one and the same person. My teacher and friend is here. And remember that if before friend the is there, my friend and the my teacher and the friend. If the example is my teacher and the friend, then they are not one and the same person, they are two persons. Then we go with are. My teacher and the friend, or the teacher and the friend are here. Why we use a singular here after friend? Because teacher and friend are being one and the same person. Remember this rule. Next, rule number 6. Two singular subjects joined by either or, neither nor takes a single verb. When the subject of a sentence begins or starts with either or, neither or, we usually go with singular verb. Example, either mummy or daddy is coming with me at the outbound. That means both are not coming, one of them, either means one of the two, selection. Neither Freddie nor Dulcie is waiting for you. This also reciprocal pronouns. Neither nor means not both, either or means selection, one of that. So, neither Freddie nor Dulcie means both are not coming. So, is only, is waiting for you means nobody is waiting. Next, rule number 7. If a singular subject is followed by a phrase containing a plural noun, the verb is singular. Look at this, one of the boys. Look here, boys is plural, but a phrase is being used at the beginning, one of. When a sentence or when a subject begins with one of, we always use plural verb. One of the boys, one of my friends, one of my books, and the verb is always singular, because here you have many friends, but you are referring to one of the friends or one of the boys. You are not talking about all the boys. There are many boys and you are referring to a particular boy. So, one of the boys is yelling so loud. One of the members, that means you are referring to one single person among many. So, here one of the members is, one of my books is missing. Okay. This is one of the important models. Next, rule 8. The indefinite pronouns several, few, both, many, others are always plural. If these words several, few, both, many, others are used at the beginning of a sentence before the subject, then we always use plural verb. They are always plural. Both were asking to be freed. So, were, because both is being used at the beginning. Several are seeking justice. So, when you find several, few, both, many, others, these kind of words at the beginning of a sentence, we usually go with plural verbs. Next, rule number 9. The indefinite pronouns some, most, all, none are singular or plural according to the meaning of the sentence. So, if a sentence begins with any of these indefinite pronouns some, most, all, none, depending upon the meaning or the sense or context, we use sometimes singular, sometimes plural. Let us see the examples, you can understand better. Some of the girls, some means more than one, were absent. So, it conveys plural sense. So, we are using were. Some of the ice cream, because previously some of the girls means are countable nouns, plural sense. Here some of the ice cream means ice cream is usually an uncountable noun, it is a quantity, okay. It cannot actually measure some of the ice cream. So, this refers to quantity here. So, some of the ice cream are is not acceptable. If you use are here, the verb does not agree with the subject. So, is acceptable here. And rule number 10, when any of the following indefinite pronouns is the subject, the verb is singular. If a sentence starts with any of these indefinite pronouns such as everybody, each, no one, another, anybody, nobody, every, nothing, everything, anyone, either, neither, everyone, somebody, someone. If these are the subjects of any sentence, we usually go with singular verb. Every man and woman, every man and woman. So, here man and woman two are there connected by n, but they begin with every indefinite pronouns, okay. Then we go with singular. In this hall is a member, we cannot write every man and woman, in this hall are, because you must remember this rule. If a sentence begins with any of these indefinite pronouns, then we usually go with singular noun, singular verb. Let us see the 11th one, 11th rule. Expressions of time, money, wage and distance are singular even if the form is plural. See, expressions of time, money, weight and distance always convey singular, though they appear to be plural in sense. 2 years, actually 1 is singular, 2 is plural. 1 book singular, 2 books means plural, but here 2 years is considered as a unit, okay, unit of time. That is why we do not consider this as plural. 2 years is a long time to wait. $1 million, dollars, do not think it is plural and use plural verb. $1 million is also taken as singular, was given back to the owner. 5 minutes is not enough for a speech. I will give you another example. 5 minutes is not enough. 5 minutes means plural, 1 minute singular, 5 minutes plural, but that is conveying singular sense. This is very important rule. Remember, rule number 12. When the amount of money refers to separate units, means individual units, the verb is plural. 525 centavo coins were found. 60, 100 peso bills were added to the budget. In this kind of circumstances, when the subject is referring to money as separate units, individual units or parts, then we usually go with plural verb. Let us see the 13th rule. The following words are always plural, okay. Pants, trousers, pliers, scissors, shears, tongs, these are always plural and take a plural verb after them. However, if the word pair is used, the verb is singular. For example, the pants are thrown into two, because pants, trousers always taken as a pair together. But if a pair is added, the phrase the pair is added before these nouns, then we go with singular. Look at this second example, scissors. If you only take scissors, scissors are placed on the table, we write, we use plural. But the pair of scissors, then it is not singular in plural in sense. So, we go with singular, was placed on the table. Okay. This is also very important rule. Next, rule number 14, certain nouns, though plural in form, are singular in meaning and therefore take singular verb. So, some nouns appear to be plural in sense, but they are always singular and take singular verbs. See mathematics, this ends in s. Usually we add s to the singular nouns to make them plurals, book, books, pen, pens, slate, slates, etc. But subjects such as mathematics, economics, physics, politics, though end in s and appear to be plural, always convey singular sense, because it is the name of a particular subject. Okay. Then we always use singular verb. Mathematics is my favorite subject. The latest news is very important. News appear to be plural, but always it is a singular noun. What is the latest news? You cannot ask what are the latest news. The latest news is alarming to the public. So, news is, never use news are. Next, rule number 15, when the word is preceded by a, it takes a plural verb. When it is preceded by the, it takes a singular verb. Let us see, a number of students are waiting outside. A number of students, if this phrase is used as the beginning of a sentence, a number of students, then we usually go with plural verb. The number of students, that means one particular number taken as a single unit. We are referring to a particular. The number of students outside is not recorded yet. So, just know the difference. A number of students, indefinite, we go with plural verb. If the number of students or the number of people, teachers, children, whatever is given, then we usually consider this as singular noun or subject, then go with singular verb. By practice you will get thorough with these models. Number 16, when fractions are used, the verb agrees with the object of the phrase. Example, we usually take 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1 by 4, etc. 1/2 of the cake was consumed. So, 1/2 is considered to be a singular subject here, 1/2 is not considered as plural. So, we usually go with was singular verb. 1/4 of the employees, do not consider employees and you may mistake that is plural. Okay. 1/4 of the employees, you have to take the total, 1/4 of the employees were attending the seminar. So, here depending upon the context also sometimes the verb is used, the verb should agree with the subject in number and person. Okay. Next, rule number 17, these nouns may be singular or plural in meaning. Okay. Sometimes they convey singular and sometimes plural also. Means they are not static. Athletics, genetics, politics, gymnastics, statistics, when the nouns refer to an organized activity, it is singular. When the noun refers to the activities of individuals within a group or to varied activities, means different people and different individuals, it is plural. Let us see examples. Gymnastics, just like remember the rule, mathematics, economics, politics, physics, then we go with singular. Gymnastics is very popular among girls, but the gymnastics, that means particular events or feats were shown in a particular program. So, the gymnastics shown in the field today, number of feats were outstanding. Okay, you have to follow the rule and understand the context also. Rule number 18, the name of a country is always regarded as singular. Okay, let us see the examples. Some name of the countries appear to be plural, such as the Bahamas. So, S is there, we may think it is a plural or a group of countries. Okay, then we have to understand the rule, and this is nothing but the name of a place or a country, and always use singular verb. The Bahamas has beautiful beaches. Philippines means group of islands, all together considered as a single one, a single territory island. Philippines is a wondrous place, you cannot say Philippines are. And rule number 19, adjectives used as nouns are considered plural. If adjectives are used as nouns, they always take plural verb. That means, if the definite article the is being used before the adjectives poor, rich, efficient, educated, etc., then the adjectives refer to or they represent nouns. The poor, here the poor means all the poor people are to be helped. So, here the poor are considered to be plural. So, we are using plural verb. The efficient, here also efficient is adjective and the is being used before the adjective, and so that refers to a group of people belonging to a particular category who are capable of doing something successful. So, the efficient, the subject is being considered as plural, and so we are going with plural verb or what this country needs. Okay. Rule number 20, collective nouns may be singular or plural depending on whether in the individual members are acting individually or collectively. These are changeable. Okay. These nouns are company, group, committee, crowd, jury, flock, team, etc. Okay. Depending upon what they refer. Okay. If they conveys if they refer to each individual, then we may use plural. If they refer to the whole body, singular. For example, the committee is against the plan. Acting collectively here, committee is totally taken as a single unit too. So, is, and the committee are of different opinion means individual. The members of the committee are taken individually. So, are. So, these are somewhat controversial. You have to practice a lot of exercises on these rules. Next, rule number 21, in the use of mathematical expressions, the following are accepted. 7 plus 3 is 10, 7 and 3 are 10. So, because you used and here, 7 and 3 are two nouns, number names, so are. Okay. 5 times 2, 5 times 2 are 10, 5 minus 2 is 3. If you just combine or link two numbers by any mathematical symbol plus, minus, into, then we usually go with singular, and if you use and, we may use plural verb. Rule number 22, titles of books, plays, articles, movies, etc. are regarded as singular even though words in the title may be plural. Okay. In dreams begin responsibilities, that is the title of a story. It appears to be plural, but it is always singular in sense. So, is a story by Dr. Squares. Great expectations. So, this is the title of a book, do not misunderstand, that is a plural subject. If you misunderstand, you may go wrong. So, is a must read novel. For example, Gulliver Travels, see travels, it's also a title of the book, Merchant of Venice. So, usually names or titles of the books or articles or movies or plays are considered as singular, and a singular verb should be used in the sentence after them. Rule number 23, names of organizations take a singular verb when the whole organization is referred to, and a plural verb when the members are referred to. Example, Lopez and Sons. So, Lopez and Sons, Tatas and Birlas, some companies are there, Johnson and Johnson, though and is there connecting two subjects. If you are taking that to as a whole, as a singular organization, individual organization, then we go with singular verb. Lopez and Sons is a successful organization. If you think that those are two, not individuals, two separate entities or organization, then are holding a 2-day annual meeting. Okay. This also must be remembered. Depending upon the context and the sense they convey, we have to use singular or plural verb. Rule number 24, if a sentence begins with the expletive it, if a sentence usually begins with it, the verb is always singular, even if the subject that follows the verb is plural. Irrespective of the subject that follows it, we use singular verb. It is the schools, actually schools is plural, but the sentence begins with it, then we are talking about a particular organization. So, it is the schools which must assume the responsibility. You cannot write it are the schools, because it is the subject which always takes a singular, is in present tense, was in the past tense. It is as is actually plural pronoun, but we must use singular only. It is irrespective of subject that follows it, we go with singular subject. It is as who must take care of the environment. Let us do some exercises. How well you understood this topic? Determine the subject and the correct verb that should be used in the following sentences. Neither my brothers nor my father dash attended college, has or have. Remember the rule, recall the rule. If two subjects are connected by neither nor, then we always go with the second subject, the nearest. What is the nearest subject? My father. My father singular or plural? Singular. So, has. Jerry is one of those people who dash too hard. So, work or works. Jerry is one of those people. So, one of those people who. So, Jerry is singular or plural? People is plural, but do not consider people here. Okay. The real subject is Jerry, about whom this is all told. So, Jerry is being singular, we go with singular verb, works. Maury and his brother. Okay. Here two subjects are there connected by and. Remember the rule, if two subjects, singular subjects are connected by and, we usually take plural verb. So, Maury and his brother go to the bowling alley every day. The tapes in the glove compartment. The tapes, compartment singular, but take only the subject, the tapes. The tapes being plural, we go with plural verb. The tapes in the glove compartment belong. Belongs means singular, it is not suitable here. To my father. That man and his friends. That man one subject, his friends another subject, both are connected by and. Then what the rule says? Plural verb. The man and his friends meet for coffee in the snack room. Next, Dave always. Dave is name of a particular person. So, singular. Subject is singular, verb also must be singular. Dave always dash nice shoes. Wear or wears? Wears, because subject is singular. Verb must be singular. Either coffee or tea. Now remember the rule, either or, neither nor, not only but also. Then we consider the nearest subject. So, what is the nearest subject to the verb? Tea. tea is singular or plural? Usually singular, because it is an uncountable material noun. So, tea. So, tea is, either coffee or tea is my favorite drink. Neither the lion tamer nor the clowns. This is also same. Two subjects are combined by, connected by neither nor, and we have to consider the nearest subject, that means that comes after nor, and what is that? The clowns, that is being plural, we go with the plural verb. So, neither the lion tamer nor the clowns are signing any autographs tonight. The books and the magazine. So, here the books and the magazine, two subjects are connected by and, two individual subjects. So, we go with plural. Where? Were placed on the table. Phobos and Deimos, two nouns, the two moons of Mars. Moons means what? Satellites. So, since two subjects are connected by and, the verb also must be plural. Let us see the answers. Look here. First one has next works, next go, and next belong, and next meet, and sixth one, they being the singular subject, singular verb words, either coffee or tea. Tea is the nearest noun to the close to the verb is tea, so is, and in this case also eighth one, neither the lion tamer nor the clowns being the nearest subject, we go with plural. The books and the magazine, both are two subjects connected by and, so where. Phobos and Deimos, both are two nouns connected by and, so general rule says the verb must be plural. Okay. Thank you very much. Besides watching this video, practice some exercises on this topic, you become perfect. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.